Let me sit this up here and it's not gonna stay. All right, we're gonna leave it up there till the fall. Good morning, ladies. How are y'all? It is Tuesday morning. It's 9:19. Um, yeah, 9:19. I'm running late. I just put two and two together. It's 9:19. So, yeah, I'm still on this journey. Still in the closet. But when I was in the shower this morning, I got a revelation from God, right? It said, the mourning period is over. The morning, not morning like it's morning time, it's nighttime. The mourning like a loss. The mourning period is over. And so what that meant for me was, it's like I'm not going to cry anymore. It's not like I'm not going to miss my husband anymore. No, that's not what it meant. It meant stop looking like you're in mourning, Irene, right? So, no hat, whipped up my little hair, only got 2 inches of hair. So whipped up my little hair and, lotioned up. Hey boo, good morning. Lotioned up, put some perfume on, and just I'm feeling good, right? I cried last night because I am mourning my husband. You can grieve somebody. Grief does not always apply to loss of life. You can grieve somebody that's living. You can grieve a relationship, right? You can grieve a job. So I am grieving my husband. Just the mere fact that we will never get back together. Like I don't see it in my mind. I don't see God um uniting this marriage. Like I literally see like this is the end of my marriage, right? Some things you just can't take back. Um, and baby, when you threatening my freedom, I, 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 I can't. I can't. And as much as I want to, um, yeah, I cried last night. Baby, when I tell you them tears was rolling, I cried last night. I cried yesterday. I was sitting in the park and I was just, let me take my glasses off. I was sitting in the park and I was just crying like the tears were just falling. Like, I can't believe like I'm not with my husband anymore. It'd be different if I was cheating. It'd be different if it was somebody else. Um, all of that'd be different because my attention and my focus would be on the other person. So I wouldn't have time no more because I'm enjoying this new relationship, right? But it ain't no new relationship. It ain't nobody taking the place of my husband. So I'm in this mourning period while I'm in the closet, right? So that was the word that God gave me. The mourning period is over. Stop looking like you in mourning, Irene. So I'm matching. I'm matching, girls. I'm matching. My shoes is black. My top is black. Now I got on two different earrings. Look, I got to work with what I got. I got to work with what I got. I got one gold and one silver. That's what we got. But I feel good with my Mitch Mac earrings on. I was listening to Yolanda Adams, Day by Day. Girl, if you need a pick me up song, something to get you motivated, moving in the morning, moving in the day, whenever your morning is, because I work second shift when I go back to work. So my days, my mornings start sometime 11 o'clock, sometime 12. It depends on how long I was up once I got off. But that's a song. Remember, Yolanda Adams, Day by Day. Excuse me. So I'm up. I'm on my way home. I'm trying to get to this appointment. Um, me and my husband last night, we was battling back and forth in text messages, right? And I'm sending him all these texts from the Quran, because my husband is Muslim. I'm sending him all these texts. I don't know Arabic, so I don't know. Hey, baby. Yes. So I'm sending him all these texts from the Quran. I don't really know what I'm reading, but I know I'm sending him scriptures that pertain to wife and how you're supposed to cover the wife. And even when the marriage is over, until the divorce is final, you're supposed to still cover your wife, you know. And I don't need him to cover me. I got God to cover me. I got God. So when I tell you, like, your girl is up this morning, I'm on 10, I'm feeling good. Right before I was getting ready to go live, my husband called me and just going on and on. Oh, well, what is this? And what you do now? And this is that and the third. Sir, I have no clue what you are talking about. None. So, I said, let me go ahead and go live. I'm not going to let the enemy deter me from what I'm doing, from how I'm moving, because when God got a word for you, it's a word. Move by faith, no matter how it look, no matter how it feel. Now, today I got up, I felt good. I took a shower. Ladies, I took a shower. I'm talking about I washed my whole body in between my toes and everything. Girl, I got down. And it's like, okay, I laid my clothes out last night. So I knew exactly what I was going to wear this morning. And it's like I'm feeling good. But now tomorrow may not be the same. I may not feel this good tomorrow. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey to get on the other side. And God is showing me, just move by faith, Irene. No matter how you feel, no matter how, get up every day. Live your life on purpose. Get up, even if you don't feel like it, do it anyway. Do it anyway. So I'm up this morning. I'm zooming to Georgia so I can make this appointment, and then I'm supposed to meet my husband because one of the things he was holding over my head was my title. My car is my car. He can't do anything with my car. He can't sell it. I can't sell it. Both our names are on there, but he's the primary borrower because my credit. I told y'all my credit is 512. And at that time when I got this car, it probably was less than that. So he's meeting me to switch my title over. Now, ironically, he never watches my videos. Never. But since we've been separated, he's been watching my video. He called me yesterday to tell me about something I said in the live Sunday. And let me rephrase this, because if I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. So he said the part where I said he was just going on, and I started speaking the word. It wasn't that he was saying a whole lot, ladies. It was what he was saying. What he was saying, which was really triggering me. I'm talking about, like, I was ready to, boy, boy. So it wasn't that he was saying a whole lot. It was just what he was saying. So I want to just, what they say in superstars and all of that, I want to recant that little piece. He wasn't saying a whole lot. It was what he was saying. When you threatening my freedom, when you threatening how I move, yes, I got a problem with that. I am behind enemy lines. I am under attack. When you talking about putting me in jail, you're supposed to be covering me. You're supposed to be covering me. But It's all about you getting ammunition against your wife. So you extort your wife to get her out the house, because that's what he did. He's gonna see this. He's gonna be pissed. But I need to let the devil know I'm not scared of you. And I'm not calling him a devil. I'm letting the devil know I'm not scared of you. You use my husband to extort me to get out the house. Extortion means to threaten somebody, to intimidate them, to threaten them with a crime that they may or may not have committed. That's extortion. And that's exactly what my husband did to me, right? So that's the only reason why I left. Because anybody, and I don't care what state you in, you can't put your wife out. You can't put your husband out. When you marry, you gotta go through a court of law. He didn't give me that option. He said, if you don't get out my house, I'm gonna do this. And that's called extortion. And that's the only reason why I left my house and slept in my car and moved from pillar to post. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't leave by choice, ladies. Like I said, I didn't like the way things were in my marriage, but I did not leave. I did not leave my house willingly. I was forced out of my house. Okay? So now when he see this, I probably won't get my title. Because that's what he said. I'll give you your title when you move. Now, I'm not bragging on my husband. I'm not crapping on my husband. I'm talking to the devil who occupied my husband, right? You occupy. Look, God said, don't give an enemy no place. None. It's like the saying, you give how the saying go, you give a person a rope, they want to be a cowboy, you give them an inch, they want a yard. Yeah. God said, don't give no place to the devil. None. Now I know it wasn't my husband. It was not my husband. He allowed the enemy to use him, right? To get me out the house. That's how I got out the house. I know a lot of y'all looking and y'all sitting back and you saying you married. I wouldn't have left. Well, baby, I wouldn't have left either. But honey, one thing for certain and two things for sure. Look, I'm gonna tell you about me, right? I done been to jail. It don't feel good. You understand what I'm saying? It don't feel good. When somebody tell you when to move, how to move, what time to get up, what time to go to sleep, what time to wash your butt. That don't feel good. So when I was threatened with that, I tucked my tail while praising my God and I got out of there. And that's why I'm in a situation I'm in. Okay? So now let me be real clear because I want to be transparent with y'all. So when I left for 6 days. I left for 6 days before me and my husband, before the whole that like this is the catalyst that this it, right? We were already having problems for years, right? So I needed to clear my mind. I needed to clear my mind. I needed to get my thoughts together. So I did what I shouldn't have did. I left. It's not the leaving that I'm regretful about. I'm not regretful about the leaving. I needed to leave. Either I was gonna leave or I was gonna do something that I couldn't take back. Okay. See, when you do some work on yourself and you know who you are, I'm talking about, we want to dress up, we want to put on our high heels, and we want people to think that that's who we are. No. When you do some work and you know who you are, like, I'm spiteful. I'm revengeful. I'm malicious. I'm manipulative. I'm cunning. I'm all of that. And I am subject to cut up without notice. I'm subject to change without notice. And if I had to stay the way we were going back and forth, because you don't hear me, sir. I'm singing the same song. You don't know the words by now? I'm singing the same song. I ain't changed one word. I'm singing the same song. You don't know the words by now? So I left so I wouldn't do something that I would regret. Okay? And I'm talking about when I do something, baby. It look, when I tell you God has kept me all these years, I should be doing 25 to life. 25 to life. Do you know what 25 to life means? That means you go to jail, you stay there for 25 years, and then maybe they let you out. Maybe. So that's what I'm talking about, right? So when I tell you God has covered, God has changed, and God has transformed me, He has. But don't get it twisted for a minute. The old me is, look, she under arrest. Under arrest. And if she get out, it ain't gonna be nothing nice. You understand? So that's why I left. Let me see where I'm going. I'm just talking. I don't know where I'm going. Where I'm going. Let me see what this sign say. So anyway, so I leave to diffuse the situation, basically. Oh no, I ain't getting off there. Okay, so I leave to diffuse the situation. So when I leave, I go to somebody I used to go with, an old relationship, right? It wasn't no hanky panky. It wasn't no sympathy sex. It wasn't no mercy hum. It wasn't none of that. None of that, right? I wasn't leaving because I was leaving my husband. I left because I needed to clear my mind. I needed to weigh my options. Like, Irene, what are you going to do? I remember somebody said to me a long time ago, because this is not the first issue in our marriage. And it's the same reoccurring issue, right? I told you I'm singing the same song. You ain't learned the words yet, right? So the person said to me, if he never changes, because they know him too. So it ain't like they just took my word. They know him too. They know how he moved, right? They know me too. So it wasn't no amen section that I went to, right? They done talk to him and they done talk to me, right? They said to me, if he never changes, are you willing to stay? If he never changes, are you willing to stay, Irene? Right? So I had to separate myself because I needed to see if he never changes, are you willing to stay? And I was at that point to where I was questioning whether I was willing to stay. Right? So that I understand I should not have went to an ex house. I understand that. I'm an adult. I'm a married woman. I should not have went to an ex house to clear my mind. Okay? Because of course the ex going to be saying, "Oh, and you should leave, and you bet you worth more than that," and all this stuff, because they're trying to sway you back to their side, right? And one thing I will say about my husband, he was absolutely correct because he was furious that me and this person was still friends, right? And I'm like, oh no, they just my friend, and they care about me, and they know I'm with you, and they know I love you. They know they don't, they know. But baby, one thing for certain, and two things for sure, my husband couldn't have been more righter. The moment that person thought that I left my husband and thought that they was up next and I was out and they felt like I should have been, I don't know what they thought. I can't even tell you. I can't tell you what another person is thinking. But I will tell you this. I was moving my stuff in storage. I was there all day. The young man, God bless his heart, he was not the brightest. I say, hand me them bags over there. He give me one lampshade. He bring me one pillow. And that's what took me so long, right? So when I get back, the honest, the real deal is I tell the person, like, I've been moving all day. They like, oh, that sounds like a bunch of bullshit. And told me I couldn't stay with them no more. So when I tell you my husband was right about this person, he was right. So I will give him that. You understand what I'm saying? So with all of that being said, I was wrong for the person house I chose to go to clear my mind, to kind of get things together, right? So I will give him that. I was wrong for going to that person house. Yes, I was. I was. So, but when I got in the house, he says to me, yesterday, last night, he says to me, in a text, I never apologized. I never, nothing. And he said I was being arrogant. I was never being arrogant. He never gave me the opportunity. When I got back in the house and I'm like, he's like, what you doing here? I'm like, I live here. He was like, no, you don't. I said, yes, I do. I said, you can't put me out. I'm your wife. You can't put me out. He was like, oh, you getting out of here. I said, I'm not going nowhere. He was like, I bet you getting out of here. And he went on to ramble on all the reasons why I was getting out of there. And at the end of them reasons was jail. So did I want to go to jail? No. So I packed up my stuff and I left. I didn't leave because I was forced extorted out of my house. Okay. So publicly on this live, I apologize to my husband. It's not about me wanting to get back in the house or let me apologize so he could do this. No, no. All I want you to do, sir, is what's fair. Give me my title to my car that I paid for $600 a month for 2 years. Give me my title. That's all I want. I don't want nothing else from you, sir. So that's where I'm at in my life. And it's like I gotta play these cat and mouse games with him so he can give me what's rightfully mine. I'm not asking you to give me nothing that's yours. That's your house. You had it for 20 something years. You paid a mortgage on it. It's not a house he rent, it's a house he own. And if the truth be told, him and his ex-wife still own that house. So it ain't like I'm trying to get no rights to his house. I didn't like and I did not appreciate being put out of my house. I'm married. You asked me to marry you. We got married the Islam way and we got married the Christian way. You understand what I'm saying? I married my husband twice. So yeah, it pisses me off. I'm human. I got real feelings. I got real emotions, and I did not deserve to be discarded like a bag of trash. Like you threw me out the house like a bag of trash. Like you open your door and you throw a bag of trash out the door and you close your door and lock it. Made me give him back my keys and everything. Videotaped it and everything. That's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about being forced out of my house. And even in the midst of all of that, God say, I still got you. Don't worry about that. That ain't nothing. That don't mean it don't hurt. Because it hurt. And to play these cat and mouse games, he want a damn Alexa. My daughter brought me a Alexa. I don't know what she brought it for, my birthday or Mother's Day, or maybe just because I don't remember. I'm not real tech savvy. Look, my old phone, I'm just now figuring some stuff out about that. And I had that phone for like 2 years. I got this iPhone, girl, don't get me started. Please don't get me started. My grandbaby, 3 years old, could show me some stuff on my phone. So the Alexa, he figured it out. He put his voice thing in there and, all of this. So he figured it was his. And I didn't care he was using it. That's my husband. Like we slept in separate rooms. I didn't care it was in his room. But out of spite, yeah, out of spite, I took it. I sure did. Out of spite. I'm gonna tell you about me. I'm not gonna sit up here and make it seem like he just this ogre of a person. No, I'm gonna let you know about me. I'm spiteful. And I don't like to be like that. Because God said he'll fight my battles. He said, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. And that's what made me take the stuff back to his house. Because God said, you ain't got to fight these battles, Irene. You fighting a battle you can't win. I cannot win. I, in the natural, I cannot win. I can't beat the devil. I can't even attempt to try. I can't. It's a spiritual battle. The battle, this song I was listening to by Yolanda Adams, in that it said, the battle is not yours. The battle is not yours, Irene. How you fighting a battle that ain't yours? You know, it remind me of that movie, 300. Now, I had this movie for a while. I don't know why I got it. I got it because it was new. It just came out. I was getting movies from the bootleg guy. My movies used to show like movies in the movie. He knew what he was doing. I'm just telling y'all the truth. I can't tell y'all half. You know, somebody told me a long time ago, a half a truth is a whole lie. So I'm telling y'all the truth, right? So I had this movie for the longest. Never watched it. One day I watched it. And I'd be doggone if that ain't one of my top five. I love that movie. I'm talking about the underdog. The underdog, right? You know, in that movie, it was talking about it was only 300 of them, but they were soldiers. They were trained from birth to fight. Yeah, the rest of them, they had a whole bunch of people, but they wasn't fighters. They wasn't soldiers. They wasn't reared from birth to be soldiers. They was ordinarily run of the mill guys. And when I tell you, them 300 soldiers was running through them, running through them. But it's always that one that figure I'm gonna get something out of this. I want to ask my friend. I don't know if she's gonna watch this live or not. What did you get out of telling my husband where I was? So it's like my thing went out. I'm sorry. So it's like, what did you get out of telling my husband where I was at? Right. Um, but anyway, that's neither here nor there because actually, when you think about it, that's all water under the bridge. Where we at now, that's all water under the bridge. But what I'm saying is, like, the moral of that story is like, I don't know what the moral of that story was because I just thing clicked out and whatever, whatever. But what I'm saying is God will fight. That's what the moral of the story was. The devil is a liar. He's so mad. I was somebody had emailed me the other day. Hey baby, I don't have my email open, so I can't just say what your name is. But thank you. Thank you. When she emailed me and reached out to me, that touched my spirit so much, so much. And she said, when I told my story about how I stopped drinking, the enemy was mad, like pissed. Like, how dare you think that God is going to use you to get to somebody else, to connect to somebody else, to let somebody else know it's a way out, right? Who are you to think that beacon of light, Irene? You ain't nobody. You're nothing, right? So he was mad, but I didn't put two and two together that the attack, because like I said, we've been singing this same song for a good part of our marriage, right? I've been singing this same song, right? So what made it different now? She was right. Boy, when I tell you the enemy don't like when you got something to say that's positive, that's uplifting the kingdom of God, that's telling about the goodness of God, that's telling about the blessings of God, that's telling about the grace and the mercy of God. Oh yeah, the enemy don't like that. Yeah, he was pissed. Yeah. Look, my husband gave him an inch. Him being mad when he found out where I was at, that was all the inch the enemy needed to get in. That's why God said, don't play with the devil. Don't play with him. You can't win. You can't. You can't win playing with the devil. So I'm in this place, I'm in this closet, but guess what? Guess what? God still has me. You know, I'm just telling how I feel and where I'm at in my life, in my journey, in this closet, this walk in closet. I'm still there. God told me, look, you don't got to look like what you're going through. No, you don't. Hold your head up, Irene. Walk with courage. Walk with confidence. Walk like you the like I'm your father. Yes, like walk like you are joint heir with Christ. Right. When I became saved, I became a joint heir with Christ. So hold your head up. It's all right. No matter how it looks, keep moving on purpose. I do the rest. I do the rest. I was praying to God and I said, Lord, I need you to order my steps. Because, like, in the natural, I'm ready to do some stuff, right? I'm ready to do some stuff. I'm ready to act out. For that split second, I'm not thinking about the consequences. But the consequences has always got to be in the forefront, right? God said he hates sin. No matter, no matter if you getting somebody back. None of that. I had somebody to do something that was, I'm talking about like when I retaliated, right? Now I'm talking about me. When I retaliated, went to jail, right? When I got in front of the judge, right? I'm talking about like how God will cover you even when you acting a donkey, right? When I got in front of the judge told the other person, you better be glad that's all she did. Now you tell me God won't work something out. Tell me he won't. Like I was facing time. Like I was facing time like jail, right? She said, the judge said, he better be lucky that's all she did. And they let me go. Took the handcuffs off, released me right there, and threw the whole thing out. So don't tell me what God can't do. Yeah, I want to do something. Yeah, I want to make it right. I want to show you who I am. But I suffer the consequences. When I try to show you who I am, I suffer. I suffer. Yes. So some might sit back and say, oh, you a punk, or oh, you did this, and oh, I wouldn't have moved out. It's all right. Say what you want and say what you will. It's okay. I'll be a punk if you think I'm a punk. I'll be a wimp if you think I'm a wimp. So long I thought about what people thought. I'd be all of that, you know. In your eyes, I'll be that. But in my Heavenly Father's eyes, girl, I'm royalty. Oh, that's what I was saying about Peyton the other day. I said her name, but then I started saying something else. She was saying how people did her wrong, and she told them, like, y'all, God don't play about me. Now, this is what she said. He'll spin the block about me. And I remember saying that to my husband, like, God will spin the block about me. Girl, God will move heaven and earth when it come to me. Look, when I tell y'all on my license plate and say he got me. I might have to fool sometimes. My mouth might get a little wild sometimes. He got me though. He got me. You know, that's just like a baby. Excuse me, that's like a baby. Like, you let them go, you let them crawl. Hey, boo. You let them crawl. You let them go do what they want to do. If you let them have free range, they going to get into some stuff. They going to get into some stuff. That's what a baby do. Left to my own devices, I will get into some stuff. But when I tell you, you put that playpen up for the baby, you put only toys in there where they put it in their mouth, whatever, they fall on it, they not going to hurt themselves. When you cover a baby, when you protect a baby, you can let them roam and do everything they want in that playpen. They not going to hurt themselves. So when I tell you, when I get in line with God's word, I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm not going to jail. And even if I go to jail, because some people will say some stuff that's not true, that will make you. I remember this girl in my daycare. I used to have a daycare. And I remember this girl, she said I put her daughter behind the toilet, right? So the CPS worker, I can't read what you're saying, baby, because I'm driving. I'm a little slow, but I read it when I finish. Um, okay, sir, you all up on me and you big. Come on now, stay in your lane. He can't see hear a word I'm saying, but he in my lane and his. But anyway, the girl got mad because she had three girls in my daycare, and one girl would just get into trouble all the time. And so I had a special needs little boy, and she was messing with him, and she had all the other kids picking with him. And I told her, chance after chance, I said, your daughter is just disrupting my daycare. I said, because they had their portion of the payment they had to pay. So I said, after this month, or it might have been 2 weeks or what have you, I said, your daughter, I said, I'm gonna have to you know, tell you, well, I'm telling you, your kids can't come back after this time frame. Girl, she got mad because she know I was treating her kids real right. Girl, when I tell you my babies was coming to that daycare, girl, they was looking all skinny and malnutrition. Girl, them babies was fat as I don't know what. Girl, they was like, what you feeding my baby? But anyway, she called the state worker and said that I had her daughter sleeping behind the toilet. Do y'all know how much room is behind a toilet? So when the worker came out, the worker said, I knew this wasn't true, but we have to investigate every call. You know what I'm saying? So I said, okay. So I guess as time went on, she seen that my daycare didn't close because I was licensed by the state. So I guess she seen my daycare wasn't closed. So anyway, a little time go by, not much time, maybe a week or two, maybe a couple weeks. So anyway, I'm sitting at home. Daycare hours is over. Me and my daughter was younger. She must have been about 13, somewhere in there, maybe 14. So we sitting there and we watching TV or whatever we was doing. I don't know what we was doing. Girl, sometimes I don't know what I was doing last week or yesterday. So I can't tell you. So anyway, girl, a knock came at the door. Girl, she said that I broke her window to her house, and her friend co-signed that I broke the window to her house, and I got arrested. I sure did. Spent the night in jail. That morning, they let me go. In New York State, they got something that's called OR, like let you go on your own recognizance. So that's where you don't have to pay no bill or nothing. You just got to show up for your court date. And so they told me to stay away from her. Okay, fine. I wasn't bothering her no way. But anyway, but The moral of the story is the truth don't need defending, right? She never came to court. Now, if I broke your window, or let me say, if you broke my window, I'm coming to court. I want you to pay for my window. Never came to court, never nothing. We went to court about 3 times. Well, I went to court about 3 times because I wasn't missing no court date. So I went to court about 3 times and they threw it out. But the mere fact that I went to jail because you was feeling some type of way. You understand what I'm saying? So when I tell you, like, the enemy will use whoever, however, that's why the word of God said, give no place to the enemy. Don't give him none. You give him a rope, he gonna want to be a cowboy. I said something this morning at my daughter's house because I'm just leaving my daughter, and her boyfriend was on the phone. He drives trucks. He works for the same company my husband worked for. So I said, give them an inch. They wanted to take a mile. So he said, I thought it was give them a yard and they want to cut a grass. He's so silly. Hi, Brandon. So yeah, girl, I just wanted to jump on here. I'm sorry I got a little what the old folks call it, heated in the collar. Yeah, cause but it's all right. It's all right. I wish my husband nothing but love, nothing but blessing. He gonna text me and tell me last night you don't got nothing nice to say. I said, I pray, I hope that you and your new wife are happy. I said, see, I could say something nice. I can. Yes, I'm nice. I'm kind. I'm smart. I am important. Yes. So, yeah, girl, I'm gonna jump on this expressway and kind of hightail it a little bit because I'm late. It's 10 o'clock, so I don't know how long it's gonna take me to actually get there. I didn't put it in my GPS because I know the way, Jeannie. I went got my aunt one day. I picked her up and we came. I came from Ellingwood way, and somehow because I was driving, somehow I got lost. We had to pay toll. I didn't know where the heck or how the heck that was taking me. But I know where I'm going now, Jeannie. So anyway, I love you ladies. Um, like I said on my last live, anybody that know the word of prayer, please pray for me and my husband. My husband need prayer just like I need prayer. He's still my husband. I still love him. I don't have my ring on, but I ain't interested in nobody. Ain't nobody interested in me, not that I know of. But I'm gonna hold true to my vows. I will not be messing with nobody, kicking it with nobody. We ain't gotta watch the movies together. I don't need you to take me out to eat. So don't ask. I'm still a married woman. I'm still married. And I'm not saying that I'm willing to get involved or see anybody after I get married. But while I'm married, I'm married. So I'm not dealing with nobody else because what? I'm married. And one thing for certain and two things for sure, God honors marriage. So even though we ain't together, I'm still married. And I will act accordingly. No kissing, no hugging, no nothing. Sir, I don't need you to pay my bills. I don't need you to give me nothing. None of that. I don't need no gas money. I don't need no lunch money because, honey, you play on them territories. What they say, you lay down with dogs, you come up with fleas, something. I don't know. Girl, I work with older people, so they have so many sayings, so they're kind of running together in my mind right now. So anyway, I love you ladies. I will talk to y'all later. Let me try to get here for this appointment. My husband, you know who you are. Now all of a sudden you watch my videos. I still love you in spite of how you treated me, threw me out like a bag of trash. I still love you. And God love you too. All right, y'all. Bye.